Imagine discovering ancient laws that seem harsh yet hold a mirror to our modern struggles with morality and accountability. Leviticus 20 delves into serious punishments for disobedience, challenging our perceptions of justice and divine mercy. These commandments aren't just punitive, they're designed to guide a community toward a righteous path, urging us to reflect on the consequences of ignoring moral truths. In a world where ethics often blur, this chapter invites us to engage with profound principles that can reshape our lives today. Are you ready to explore how these teachings resonate in our contemporary context and challenge your beliefs about sin and redemption? Then, let's read the chapter together. The Lord said to Moses, "Say to the Israelites, any Israelite or any foreigner residing in Israel who sacrifices any of his children to Molech is to be put to death. The members of the community are to stone him. I myself will set my face against him and will cut him off from his people, for by sacrificing his children to Molech, he has defiled my sanctuary and profaned my holy name." If the members of the community close their eyes when that man sacrifices one of his children to Molech, and if they fail to put him to death, I myself will set my face against him and his family, and will cut them off from their people together with all who follow him in prostituting themselves to Molech. I will set my face against anyone who turns to mediums and spiritists to prostitute themselves by following them, and I will cut them off from their people. Consecrate yourselves and be holy, because I am the Lord your God. Keep my decrees and follow them. I am the Lord, who makes you holy. Anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death. Because they have cursed their father or mother, their blood will be on their own head. If a man commits adultery with another man's wife, with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress are to be put to death. If a man has sexual relations with his father's wife, he has dishonored his father. Both the man and the woman are to be put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads. If a man has sexual relations with his daughter-in-law, both of them are to be put to death. What they have done is a perversion. Their blood will be on their own heads. If a man has sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They are to be put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads. If a man marries both a woman and her mother, it is wicked. Both he and they must be burned in the fire, so that no wickedness will be among you. If a man has sexual relations with an animal, he is to be put to death, and you must kill the animal. If a woman approaches an animal to have sexual relations with it, kill both the woman and the animal. They are to be put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads. If a man marries his sister, the daughter of either his father or his mother, and they have sexual relations, it is a disgrace. They are to be publicly removed from their people. He has dishonored his sister and will be held responsible. If a man has sexual relations with a woman during her monthly period, he has exposed the source of her flow, and she has also uncovered it. Both of them are to be cut off from their people. Do not have sexual relations with the sister of either your mother or your father, for that would dishonor a close relative. Both of you would be held responsible. If a man has sexual relations with his aunt, he has dishonored his uncle. They will be held responsible. They will die childless. If a man marries his brother's wife, it is an act of impurity. He has dishonored his brother. They will be childless. Keep all my decrees and laws and follow them, so that the land where I am bringing you to live may not vomit you out. You must not live according to the customs of the nations I am going to drive out before you. Because they did all these things, I abhorred them. But I said to you, you will possess their land. I will give it to you as an inheritance, a land flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, who has set you apart from the nations. You must therefore make a distinction between clean and unclean animals, and between unclean and clean birds. Do not defile yourselves by any animal or bird or anything that moves along the ground, those that I have set apart as unclean for you. You are to be holy to me because I, the Lord, am holy, and I have set you apart from the nations to be my own. A man or woman who is a medium or spiritist among you must be put to death. You are to stone them, their blood will be on their own heads. Let's say a quick prayer to thank the Lord for His mercy. But first, if this exploration has resonated with you, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications to keep diving into these profound topics. Join the conversation. Let's transform our lives together, one commandment at a time. Hey God, thank you for the wisdom we've gained through this study of Leviticus 20. I appreciate the clarity you've provided about the significance of your commandments and the lessons on accountability and morality. Help me to not only understand these teachings, but to live them out in my daily life. Guide me in applying this knowledge, so I can make choices that reflect your love and truth. Strengthen my resolve to confront any idols that distract me from a closer walk with you. I'm grateful for your guidance and support on this journey. Amen. As we wrap up our exploration of Leviticus 20, it's essential to recognize the significance of applying these timeless teachings to our lives. How often do we find ourselves facing moral dilemmas, torn between what's easy and what's right? The stark punishments for sin outlined in this chapter serve as a powerful reminder of the consequences that can arise from our choices. So, ask yourself, what idols might you be sacrificing your peace for, and how can you begin to confront them? Engaging with these commandments not only offers clarity on right and wrong, but also empowers us to take responsibility for our actions. Reflect on your own life. Are there areas where you can strengthen your commitment to moral living? It's time to turn those reflections into action. And, as always, don't forget to check the last video and learn more about the scriptures.